Hi everyone, good morning. So I decided to vlog today, and the main reason why is because I just wanted to create a video which is a little bit informal with you guys. Mainly because, again, this is an unplanned vlog, and the main reason why I just really wanted to do this is because I had a lot of new stuff that I wanted to try, and they're all here. Now, I didn't really buy a lot of stuff when I went to Bangkok, so if you've been following me here on YouTube, you might have seen that I was in Bangkok for a few days, and at this point of the video, I have actually arrived from Bangkok a little bit over a week ago, and the reason why I have been uploading so late and why I'm not able to do any sit-down videos is because my schedules got very tight and very hectic. So that's the main reason why. But today, I just want to show you guys the things that I got, and I also wanted to try a few things. And the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is I actually got a new vanity mirror. It's called a Riki Tall vanity mirror. It's from Glamcore, and it's actually a beautiful one, and I've been eyeing that for years now. I've seen other makeup artists use that vanity mirror when they go to work, and the only thing that was keeping me at bay from purchasing that was the price, because it was very expensive. So it's around like close to 500 US dollars. So here in the Philippines, I bought it for 25,000 pesos. So it was expensive, and I think you guys will understand why I decided to buy it, because I'm going to show you guys that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to install the vanity mirror, and then let's go through it together, okay? Okay, so this is my Riki Tall vanity mirror, as you guys can see here. And I guess you've seen when I was setting it up, the main reason why I decided to buy it, because it's actually very easy for me to bring it, especially if I'm doing shoots or I'm doing a wedding or wherever I need a mirror, because here in the Philippines sometimes we don't have mirrors whenever we go to work or when we shoot. So let's just go through this vanity mirror slowly. Okay, so as you guys can see, the vanity mirror, the Riki Tall, is actually quite big. I'm gonna put the specs on the screen here because I can't really um, remember anything that has to do with numbers. Okay, so from a distance, this is how the Riki Tall looks like. And as you guys can see here, it actually has an acrylic stand where the mirror stays on top of, and I do have to say it's actually quite stable. I was a little bit worried that it wasn't going to be stable, but it is. So the only concern that I have is if you're living in a apartment on the 20th floor, and or maybe on the 30th, and your city is prone to earthquakes, this might topple over. And I can see here on the sides that there are actually no hooks wherein you can actually secure the vanity mirror onto the wall. So that's something that you have to think of when you actually purchase this. Okay, now the vanity mirror comes with, of course, a light. So this also comes with a remote, and you can actually control the brightness of the vanity mirror. And I think we have 5 illumination settings. So this is the brightest that this mirror can actually give you. Isn't that so cool? And again, we can adjust it. We can dim it a little bit if you find that this is just way too bright for you. And of course, this also comes with a magnifying mirror, which actually is able to magnetize itself here onto the the face of the mirror here, which is actually great. And also this comes with a cellular phone stand, which you can also use and magnetize into the surface of the mirror there. And that was one of the key selling points, I do have to say, because I'm trying to find ways to actually enable to vlog late in the evenings, and sometimes I find setting up my lights can be quite exhausting and time consuming, especially that my neighbor is still constructing, and usually I can only have quiet time at nights or on Sundays, and that kind of limits the time that I can actually create vlogs for us. So yeah, so I'm very excited to try this mirror for us today, and that's why I didn't set up any lighting for us, because this will be what we'll be using for the duration of our vlog today. So let's see if you guys approve of the lighting that this Riki Tall mirror actually gives us today. Look at that. So cool. Alright, so let me just complete the setup and then let's continue with the vlog, okay? Alright, so I have secured the Riki Tall here on my office desk, and I do have to say the light does illuminate this quite nicely, and the way that I'm just able to put my phone on the mirror, and it really kind of solves the issue of me setting up a mirror before. Okay, so one other thing, it kind of sways in the wind. That's why I got a little bit scared there, because I just saw the mirror topple over a little bit. So one other thing, if you are going to purchase the Riki Tall, make sure that it's not near a window, and it's not going to be hit by a curtain or anything, because I'm just so scared that it's going to fall. Okay, and also one other thing, when I got the Riki Tall mirror, it just came in a box. So being that I am a makeup artist and I go from one place to another for work, I ended up buying a traveling bag for the Riki Tall, and I'm actually so glad that I was able to saw this online here in the Philippines, and I found that this bag was quite amazing. And if we just open the main storage area of the bag here, you can actually see that you can put the mirror here, and then when you zip it up, all of the accessories fit here in the front. The acrylic stands fits here, and then the other things actually fit here. So it's actually quite a good buy, and I'm really glad that I actually saw this. Okay, all right, so let me just try to align myself and see if I am happy with the lighting, and is the okay, pardon if you can see the fan on top. It's very warm today, so I have to do that. So maybe can I move the okay, so there are actually a number of points where you can put your mobile phone clip here on the face of the mirror, and I just find it a little bit too high, but I think that will work for now. And let's try to see if in the future I'll be able to work out how I could be how I could use this Riki Tall mirror to create vlogs for us effectively. Okay, so let me try to see, let me just adjust the lighting to try to see if it's way too bright. Yeah, so I'm at the highest illumination that this Riki Tall mirror will give me, and well, I think it's giving some glare in my under eye area, which I actually don't like. But so far, I'm just liking that I get a very nice even skin tone. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn off the two lights here on top of me, because I'm having highlights also here on top of my bald head. So let me get back to you guys. Is that better? Yeah, it's kind of better. Maybe if I should I think I need a higher chair for this. So let me put a pillow on top of my bum bum. Let me adjust. Okay. Yeah, that kind of works. Do you guys like it? So I hope you guys like it. So this is my little mini adventure with my Riki Tall vanity mirror. Okay, so let's proceed and talk about some of the products that I have gotten in Bangkok and I have gotten recently here in the Philippines. Okay. Okay, so first things first, I was actually gifted these Mario Badescu facial sprays from a very good friend, and truthfully, I have been using these ever since I started in my career in makeup artistry, because first and foremost, these were the only facial sprays available in the market at that time, and I only stopped using them during the pandemic because I actually reacted to one of the Mario Badescu facial sprays, and it's actually the aloe, chamomile, and lavender. And I was really so upset because I had a lot of breakout on my face, which never really happened. And the only cause that I could attest that breakout to was actually to this. But I did make a review for this, but I actually took that review down from my YouTube channel because I am actually willing to give this another chance, because I was also using this in tandem with another skincare product. So I am not sure if it was that skincare product that was making me react and it was actually breaking me out, and it was actually not this. So yeah, so I'm just giving this another chance, and I'm actually glad that I was gifted with this because I was eyeing these at the department store here for quite some time, especially that they came out with new facial spray variants like this aloe, adaptogens, and coconut water, which was very interesting to me. And I actually love, like, coconuts. So let me just try this out right now, and hope to God I won't break out with this. Okay, it still feels very refreshing. Although it's supposed to have coconut in it, it doesn't smell like coconut. Yeah, and the spray of this actually, like, lets out a very nice amount of sorry, I'm suddenly going over the ingredients, like a nice amount of product. So yeah, so this is water, aloe vera leaf juice, sodium hyaluronate, again that's hyaluronic acid, there's coconut water, what else is here, some root extracts that I don't know of, citric acid, yada yada yada. So I'm so glad that I got these because I can I can try them out, and I'm just also going to be able to see which facial spray from Mario Badescu actually will work for me. But anyway, so if you are someone who has oily skin, use the one that has rose water on it, because this will like really tone your skin. If you are someone who just wants to calm your skin down, use the one that has green tea in it, because it will just help bring down some inflammation, things like that. And then if you want to have a facial spray that has at least some brightening or vitamin C boosting kind of an ingredient, then the orange blossom will also work for you. This also has sage in it, so it's very 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 nice. We have here chamomile and lavender. If you want to relax, this is a good combination of products to use, but we also know that lavender also is allergenic to certain people. So again, just make sure that whatever that you're putting on your face, you're not allergic to any products. Always read the ingredients list, okay? And last but not the least, we have the one with coconut water, which is supposed to be hydrating, also anti-inflammatory, basing off of what coconut water can actually do for us. So at least we have different types of facial sprays or the ingredients that can really work for you basing on your skin type. All right, and the other thing that I was gifted recently is this Camo for Men Mattifying Sunscreen Stick. Now this is a local brand here in the Philippines, and I have been quite interested with sunscreen sticks for quite some time. Okay, so the packaging comes in the typical sunscreen stick kind of packaging, like the deodorant, and the sunscreen stick actually has a cover here. It doesn't have a scent. Okay, so it has a dial up kind of a packaging, which dials up the product or even brings it down, which is fantastic. Again, it comes in an all black packaging, so perfect for men actually. Okay, so I actually don't have anything on my skin right now, so let's just okay, so now that I'm applying the product here on my face, I'm actually able to smell a very nice gentle scent on the sunscreen. It caught on my beard, so let me just blend it down, and it's actually also going to be mattifying. It has no white cast, so my skin stays color true. Okay, so it's actually very easy to use, and it feels very nice on the skin. Like the texture of it, it reminds me of the Shiseido sunscreen stick, the sun care stick, but it's not as dewy. But the texture of it is almost the same. Okay, that's actually very nice. Now, I like the scent of this. It has a very nice pleasant scent. A little bit powdery, very gentle. It's a little bit mattifying, but there's also a little bit of dewiness coming through, so I like that. I'm actually using an old shirt for us today because we will try a little bit later if this sunscreen stick will actually leave like, pink stains on my shirt, especially when I add like, bleach on top of it. So that's why we're doing this today. Okay, so this is how the Camo for Men sunscreen stick looks like on my face. What do you guys think? Do you guys approve? Okay, fantastic. So when I was in Bangkok, I was able to go to Siam Paragon and I went through their beauty hall. So it is where you are able to buy a lot of makeup products from different brands. And I was so happy that I was actually able to buy some foundations from Armani because it's actually very difficult to find these here. So as you guys can see, the colors are actually very, very light. And that's the main reason why I decided to get like, colors like these. Just so it fills in like, the gaps of like, some of the shades here on my like, foundation kit. And I love Armani foundations, by the way, super nice. Okay, so the first foundation that I'm going to show you guys is, this is in number 2. And this has actually a very light shade. And this is the color of number 2. It's actually very, very light. Oh, it's peeling. The foundation is peeling on top of the sunscreens. But anyway, so that's, I'm just like, swatching the shade here on my cheeks so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm finding this to be a very cool tone foundation, like, too light. But if you're someone who has very pale skin, like, very neutral undertone, not even too pink, then this foundation color will actually work for you. Now, the other foundation shade that I purchased is in the color 3.5. Now, this one, basing off of the color here on the bottle, it's actually a very warm tone foundation color. Look at that. So let me swatch that beside number 2 here. Again, you can see the peeling going on. It's actually very warm, very nice. Let me blend that out. Maybe this will work for me. Oh, what do you guys think? I think let me try it on the other side. That actually is a very nice tone. Just a little bit too light for me, and it's a little bit too yellow. Because after all, in Armani, I am a number 6. This one has olive undertones in it. And apply that here. And blend it. So as you guys can see, the number 6 shade blended out quite nicely here on my cheeks. And it's not as yellow as the 3.5. It's not as light as well. Alright, so if you're looking out for like, foundations for Armani, I am hoping that this like, mini swatch that we're doing can be useful and insightful for you guys. Now, the other thing that I purchased at Siam Paragon is an NC35. This is the MAC Studio Fix Foundation Powder. I'm sure I've told you guys in a number of my videos that I needed to buy a new one. So I got this. And it's this very nice, wonderful color. So I use this a lot for work, especially when I'm working with like, men. So I'm glad that I was actually able to get this. By the way, it's actually great to shop for makeup at Siam Paragon because you can get your tax back. Just make sure that you collect all of your receipts, bring it to the VAT-free counter, and make sure that you actually go to the VAT-free counter when you get to the airport so you can get your money back, okay? Alright, so one other thing, by the way, I forgot. I also bought this blush from Armani. So this is their Luminous Silk Glow Blush in number 50 Euphoric. Now, I am not going to try this blush for us today. Take a look at that. Very nice, lovely color because I'm going back to Bangkok in a few weeks and I want to buy 2 more colors that we can swatch together and I can make a standalone video for this. So I'm actually very excited to try out this blush from Armani, okay? Okay, so let me just remove some of this foundation from my skin because it's looking a little bit patchy and I don't want that. Okay, so let me just spray with some Mario Badescu Facial Mist Spray and let me reapply some of my sunscreen. Again, we see peeling. I don't like that. Now, the other thing that I purchased while I was in Bangkok was this Gucci eyebrow pencil. Now, this was purchased at the airport in one of like, the duty-free shops there when I was killing some time. So this is in the color, what color is this? Here, Châtain in 03. So let me just open up the box here. It came with a sharpener. Fantastic. And this is how the pencil looks like. So it's double-ended. In one end, it's the spoolie. And the other end, is the pencil. Let me swatch this on my hand. Ooh, it's actually a very nice color. And the way that it, like, writes on my hand, look at that. That's actually quite nice. Let's try this out right now. So let me just brush my brows down and just fill in some of the gap. Nice texture. Ooh, I also like the way that it enables you to apply a nice rigid, like, stroke. Especially, like, I'm someone who's always been, like, using eyebrow pens. So this kind of like works for me. So you're able to actually apply, like, a stroke by stroke application. And let me just try to fill in some of the gaps here. Nice color too. I'm actually quite surprised because that kind of like works for my tone of my eyebrows. Okay, before we continue talking about this brow pencil, I do have to say that the Riki Tall vanity mirror here, it moves in the wind, by the way, so I apologize if you can see a lot of movement going on. It's just something that's out of my control at this time. Okay, so let me just continue to fill in the gaps here, and maybe just a little bit here. Where is the magnifying mirror of this Riki Tall? Okay, so I have the magnifying mirror now from Riki Tall here. Okay, I like this eyebrow pencil. Works well for me. The spoolie brush is also quite strong. It enables you to actually, like, maneuver your brow hair into position nicely. So number 3 is a very nice, like, brown color with some hints of neutrality in it, some gray. So it enables you to actually, like, create a nice shadow of color on your brows. Okay, I like that. What do you guys think? Do you guys approve? Okay, let me just, like, balance it out here on the other eyebrow. Okay, so that's my eyebrows down. Not bad, not bad. I am liking this eyebrow pencil from Gucci, and I'm so glad I was able to find it. And the main reason why I decided to get this is because I was actually spending out, like, the remainders of the Thai baht that I had in my wallet, and this seemed to be quite affordable for me at the time because it was actually on sale. So I hope that these products are not gonna, like, go out of stock or go out of circulation, because I think they're kind of good. What do you guys think? And this one only cost, like, 950 baht in the airport in Thailand. Okay, so those are the things that I purchased while I was in Bangkok. And now, let me show you guys some of the things that I purchased a few weeks ago from Amazon. So I got this Milk Hydro grip primer because I actually have been enjoying this. So I decided to buy, like, the regular size. And I also decided to buy the Hydro Grip Eye Primer from Milk, because if this works for me, then maybe this will also work for me. And I'm quite excited to try this out for work, or maybe in a future video, because the only eyeshadow primer that I use is from NARS. So it's actually nice to put this in the mix. So it's actually a very nice, like, amount of product in one tube. And if you open it, it comes with a doe foot applicator. That's it. And it's also very lightweight. I kind of like it. And, like, it won't add any more, like, weight into my makeup kit. Now, the other things that I got recently are these, like, eyelash glue liners from Kiss. Now, I was with my mom at the department store here near my home, and I just saw this and go like, oh, this is a very novel idea, like, to have eyelash glue on an eyeliner packaging. Now, I won't use the clear for us today. Let me try and use the black liner eyelash glue. So let me just shake it. Maybe that's how it works. So we have a felt tip applicator here. And let me just line the eyeliner here on my upper lash line. It's a little bit difficult to control the amount of, like, product that you apply. Well, mainly because the felt tip applicator is quite thick, and, like, on as a personal taste, I actually prefer thinner brush tips because I'm only able to apply a thin layer of eyeliner on my eyes because of my hooded nature. But anyway, let's just try it out. Okay, it's a little bit patchy when you apply it, but the color is quite nice and opaque though. There's a little bit of sheen to the eyeliner. Okay, so I have my eyeliner down. Maybe let me apply a little bit of a flick here in the outer corner. It's a little bit patchy, guys. and it's not like, application friendly. But anyway, so I have here some eyelashes, and I've already like pre-prepared this before I did this video for us, and I'm just gonna lay it on top of my natural lashes, and I'm going to stick it onto the line created by the lash glue. Okay, so that kind of like worked. It has a nice grip to it, works well. It feels like an eyelash glue on your eyelid. It's kind of nice though. But I think, like, as a on a personal basis, I'm not gonna use this to actually create an eyeliner because there's just way too much texture. Now the glue for the eyelash is actually very thick, and it adds weight and texture into your eyelid, and I don't really like that. It takes a while for the glue to like dry down. I can still feel a tackiness on top of it, and let me just move my eyes, try to see. Okay, it's sticking a little bit here on like my socket line, but I'm just so glad to see that there's no transfer, which is actually good. But one thing that I would use this for though is to use this for retouching, like just in case I'm working and there's like lifting that happens here at the ends of the like the bands of the lashes, like what's happening now. So I can always like use the tips of this. Let me just move in closer and apply it here on the band of the lash, and then just stick it. Well, I'm having difficulty here, and just stick it onto my skin. And also, like now that I'm doing this, the other concern that I have is like um you know we all know that this is like basically glue, and I'm sure that over time the felt tip of this will actually like dry out. I will create a film, so I don't know how we're going to reactivate that in order for the product to actually come out again. So I'm going to read up on this some more and try to see if there's any other hacks that people have been talking about this here on YouTube or all over the internet, okay? But so far, I kind of like it. Okay, so these are the Kiss Lash Glue Liners in clear and black. Now, I also bought these Ardell 3D individual lashes recently, and I think I bought this, like, this was a mistake for me because I just found like the individual lashes here. Let me just remove it from the case. It's just too bushy, and this might be very very obvious when I'm using this on the eye, especially if I just want to create a nice like no makeup kind of look. And I don't know where this light is coming from. Interesting. So I need to okay, I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the magnifying mirror here. So I was a little bit concerned with that because I was like, where is all that light coming from? So it's a reflection from the magnifying mirror. Okay, so at least I'm happy that the Riki Tall is actually giving out this very nice even light for us. Anyway, so as I've been saying, I think I bought this by mistake because I failed to realize that this was 3D lashes because it was just too bushy, and there's like way too many strands of lashes on this. So but I'm sure I'll be able to use this, especially if I'm going to be creating a very nice gorgeous eye look. But most of the makeup looks that I actually create are like no makeup looks, especially at this time. So we'll see if I'll be able to use it, but for sure I will. Okay, and the final product we'll be talking about are these brushes. These are Koyudo by Yoshiki brushes that I purchased off of foodiebobo.com. And like I've actually got these like a few weeks ago, but I've just been so busy that I was not able to talk about them. But I just wanted to show you guys here. Look at that, very beautiful brushes. Now this brush, I was actually given a black handled version of this from Foodiebobo like a few months ago, and it's actually this, and I loved it so much that I decided to get another one. And I love that it came in a like gradient black to red handle, because it just like stands out in my makeup kit. It just helps me to distinct like which colors I use between which brush. Okay, and the other brush that I purchased is this foundation brush, and this is the Hydra Saikoho foundation brush. I don't know if I got the name right, but I'm gonna flash it on screen anyway. And the main reason why I decided to purchase this because it kind of like reminded me of the base one of Sonia G from years ago, and I actually like that brush. So look at that very nice brush head, also very round and very dense. Now, I'm not going to do any demo for us today because I'm actually going to create a standalone video for us because this just needs its own video, okay? But just hang out for that video, and again, please do subscribe if you want to see these in action. Okay, so I believe those are the things that I have gotten recently, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this haul. And it's just like nice to be more informal with you guys and have a sit down video. Okay, all right, so that's it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to let you guys go now. So if you have any more questions about all the products that I use today, please let me know down in the comments box and let's have a conversation about it. All right, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye. Whoa. Wow, that really stuck well into my eyelid.